Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Monday morning. It's Stephen Whiteside here from theuptrend.com. In the pre-market this morning, stock index futures are currently down across the board while commodities are higher. Gold's up $20 while crude oil is up $1.50, so that could certainly help keep the Canadian market afloat on Monday. We're going to cover several topics this morning outside of the stock market. Starting off with the VIX. The VIX has been out of sync with the stock market for the month of October. The VIX for the S&P 500 is on a sell signal, now joined by the VIX for the NASDAQ 100. At the same time, we're still waiting for the Russell and the TSX to roll over. The TSX is technically on a sell signal, but it's stuck in a channel, so really not trending anywhere at the moment. Now, I've got a theory, just like back in March and April, where the VIX was supposed to pop and the market was supposed to drop in March. It didn't happen until April, and so I think once again this month we're going to get another time shift. What should have happened in October may happen in November, so we'll just have to wait and see. The major index ETFs are incredibly overbought at the moment, starting off with the iShares for the TSX 60, hitting our next target of 37.50, which is both a daily and a weekly price target. So congratulations if you're locking in profits up at that level. Then looking at the U.S. market, it was an inside day on Friday for the S&P 500 and for the NASDAQ. We're seeing some early warning signals, and here's an early warning signal for the NASDAQ 100. At the same time, we're still trying to get to $500, that big round number, which we were able to trade just above back in July before pulling back and having a nice big down move for the market. So here we are once again up at this level, but so far it has been out of reach, and it is certainly out of reach in the pre-market on Monday morning. Now, everything's working in the U.S. market for the major sectors, but one area that it's not working on both sides of the border is the energy sector, which is expected to trade higher on Monday morning. So looking at the S&P Energy ETF, we're currently on a sell signal, as are the subsectors of the U.S. energy sector. Now, it's the similar situation in the Canadian market, where the energy sector is currently on a sell signal. Certainly looking for some buying in this sector on Monday. Will it be enough to give us a buy signal? We'll just have to wait and see. Now, what worked in the Canadian market on Friday was the gold sector, up 3.75% on the day, making a new high. And that helped move the Venture Exchange up over 2% on Friday, back up to a level we haven't seen in quite a while. 625 is our next price target on the daily chart, but it's also major resistance on the weekly chart. And so we'll have to see if we're able to punch through that level this time around. Now, Bitcoin and Ethereum are both on buy signals right now. They're both pulling back slightly in the pre-market this morning. But looking at the stocks, Bitfarms is finally joining the party. It's back on a buy signal, joining all the other crypto stocks. There's Coinbase making a new high for this move on Friday. Galaxy Holdings had an inside day. Nice big up move for Hive on Friday, up over 14% on the day. We also had a nice big move up for Hut 8 on Friday, up 14.41%. We saw Mara up on the day, and we saw a nice big up day for MicroStrategy. Not enough to take out the recent high, but certainly a new closing high for MicroStrategy on Friday. Looking at the bond market, the TLT is currently on a sell signal. The XBB holding up a little better on a buy signal. Emerging markets are on a sell signal, but trading in the channel on Friday, so not trending lower, and neither are the junk bonds. They are both on buy signals right now and just treading water at the moment. Looking at the major commodity ETFs traded in the U.S., the USO making a new low for this move, but trading higher in the pre-market this morning. Similar situation for gasoline, and natural gas made a new low for this move on Friday, trying to hold the August lows at this time. Looking at metals, copper was up on the day on Friday. We need to close above $27.86 on Monday to give us a new daily buy signal. The GLD made a new high on Friday. It's trading up in the pre-market this morning. 256.25 is our next mathematical target. Palladium popped on Friday, joining platinum already on a buy signal, moving up. A new closing high for this move for platinum on Friday. And a big pop for silver. Silver up a little over 6% on Friday, making a new high for this move. Now, what worked on Friday? Well, on the TSX 60, it was Agnico Eagle. On the TSX, it was IM Gold, up over 16% on the day. In the U.S., for the Dow, it was Intel. You can't really tell that was the best performing stock on the Dow, but that's what it was. And then on both the NASDAQ 100 and the S&P 500, it was Netflix, closing near the high of the day, up over 11% at the close. So huge move up for Netflix on Friday, and that helped keep the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ 100 in positive for Friday's trading action. Okay, folks, that's all for this morning's presentation. So far, we're looking for a little selling at the open on Monday morning. Enjoy the rest of your day. Next time you'll hear my voice is on Tuesday morning.